and welcome to the FBSD virtual class of today. So we're going to be doing a stretch class today and we're going to be focusing on backs. So I'm going to start straight away. You need a mat if you've got one. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You could use a towel or a blanket or even just somewhere a little bit squashy like a carpet, somewhere that you won't be on a hard floor. And you need just a little bit of space around you, front, side and back, just while you're moving on the floor. You don't want to catch yourself or anything. So we're going to start with a roll down, which means dropping your chin down to your chest, then your shoulders follow, and then you just start to roll down through your spine, nice and slowly, as far as you can go. Pause at the bottom, relax your head and your neck. And then we'll start to roll up, so going from the bottom of your spine, rolling up slowly, straightening up to the top, shoulders back, chin up. And then we're just going to do that again, so drop your chin, shoulders roll down, peel down through your spine, piece by piece reaching your lowest point. When you get there, keep that neck relaxed. If you need to slightly bend your knees here, that's fine. And then roll up again. So again, reversing what you did on the way down. Come up to the top and we're going to go another 2 times. All the way down to your lowest point. Pause there. Roll up slowly. To the top. And last time, so that'll be 4 roll downs in total. Drop your chin, shoulders, and then curve your spine. Remember to keep your head and your neck relaxed. Alright, so from here we're going to walk out to a downward dog. So you take your hands further out and then you're going to make a triangle shape. Try to press your heels into the floor. Keep that neck relaxed. Keep as straight back as you possibly can. Pause here. And then from there we're going to drop back into a child's pose. So heels onto your bottom, or bottom on your heels. Reach your hands forwards. Drop your chest down, drop your head down. Pause there. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then we're going to walk the hands slightly further forwards. And this one will stretch kind of under your armpits here, maybe into your back as well. Reaching your chest down, looking along your fingers if you can. If that's too much of a strain on your neck, you can always place your head down onto the floor. That's your other option. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then we're going to lie down onto your front. So from there, placing your hands near to your shoulders. Your legs can either be together or if you want a slight gap, that's slightly easier for your back. From there you're going to slowly push up, so weight into your hands. And we're going to the seal stretch. Don't go too crazy on this first one, it's just to loosen everything up a little bit. Pause here. And then we're going to go back to your downward dog. So tuck your toes underneath. You might need to move your feet in a little bit. Hands on the floor. And then push up into that triangle shape. Heels down towards the floor. Pause here. And then you can either walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Pause here. And then we'll roll up. Again, curving that spine. Once you get to the top, we're going to repeat that whole thing again. So drop your chin, shoulders, rolling down. Pause here. And then we walk the hands forwards from here into downward dog. Push those heels down towards the floor and push your chest towards your legs. If this is quite a lot, you could always bend the knees slightly to just ease the pressure. From here we're going into that child's pose, so feet on the floor, slight gap between your knees, reach your hands forwards, head down onto the mat. Really reaching those fingers away from you, elongating the spine. From here we're going into our armpit stretch, so reaching the hands forwards, chest down, either looking along the floor or you can place your head down as well. Remember, placing your head down will take any pressure off your neck. Keeping pushing that chest towards the floor. And then from there, I'm going to lie down. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, and then it's up to you whether your legs are together or whether you've got a small space between them. From there, just pushing up, putting pressure into the hands, into your seal stretch. And remember, again, we don't want to go too crazy on this first couple of stretches. Just a gentle easing into it. Stay here for another couple of breaths. From here we're going to go back to child's pose one more time. So feet down, knees apart, reach your hands forwards, and this time just pull them out a little bit more. Head down onto the mat. And now coming up to our box position, so you want your hands to be underneath your shoulders and knees to be underneath your hips. From here we're going to do what's called a cat stretch, so starting with a really flat back. From here, drop the chest, lift your chin, look up to the roof. And then reverse that, so looking down, lifting the chest. Aiming to look right at your tummy. And then we go the other way again, so drop your chest, lift your chin. And reverse, look down, lift your chest. We'll just do this another 4 times. So back to first part of the cat stretch, lifting that chin, drop your chest. Nice and long, lift that chin. And left side reverse. Back to your straight box position, so you want that nice flat back again. Just pause there. And then we're going to go onto your back. So from here we're going to take one leg over. So we're going to cross it over the other leg, keeping this leg straight along the floor. This one goes over. Now it depends how far you can get that. Again, it depends on the flexibility that you've got in your spine. So you may stop here, you may be able to get it all the way down. It really depends on you, but don't push too hard. If you want, you can place this hand onto your knee, so that's opposite hand to the knee that you've got crossed over. If you want to make that stretch just a little bit more, you can take this hand across, so that same arm as the leg that you've got over is along the floor. And you can also turn your head along to look at these fingers. So all of these options are if you feel like you can or if you want to, but remember not to push too far. You can also tuck this foot behind this knee. And then the final option would be to stretch out this top leg. Again, these are extra options, you don't have to add them. If you feel like you want to dial back at any point, do so. Hold for another breath in. And out. And then release. Roll onto your back, just give your knees a hug. And rock from side to side, just to release off your back. Alright, so now we're going to repeat that on the other side. So you take your other knee that wasn't across last time and you take it across this underneath leg. So again, it depends, you may stop here, you may be able to go a little bit further. Place your hands, if you can, opposite hand to leg onto your knee. From there you can take the same hand as leg over onto the floor behind you. And you can also turn your head to face this hand. On top of that, your extra options are to tuck this foot behind your underneath knee. And then the last option is to hold onto this leg, take it up. You can have this knee slightly bent if you need to, or fully stretched if you can manage it. Remember, they're all extra options, add them on if you feel like it. Hold one more breath in and out, and then bring that leg slowly back in if you took it up. Bring both knees into your chest, give them a hug, and then rock slowly from side to side. So we're going to go back onto your front now. So we're going to revisit that seal stretch that we did towards the beginning of the class. So lying down onto your front, you can place your hands underneath your shoulders. If you need to, you can take them slightly further out if that helps you. And then your legs at the back, you can either keep them together, or if you just need that little bit of extra room, take them slightly apart. That'll just ease the pressure on your spine. So from here, we're going to push up as we did before, put pressure into your hands, pushing up slowly. And then this time, because we're that little bit warmer, you could, if you want, walk your hands closer to your body. Keep those hips nice and low. If at any point you want to widen your legs at the back, do so. And then you can also push further into your hands, release the top of your back. And then we're going to come back down, so slowly back down to your starting position. Pause here. And then we go again, so hands under your shoulders if you can, slightly further if you need to. And then legs, depending where you want them to be, wider or closer. Push up into your hands, nice and slowly. If you want, you can move the hands a little closer, drop the hips. If you need to move your legs wider, do so. Release the top of your back. Be really careful not to drop your neck as you do so. Slowly down. So this time we're going to try it twice more, but this time we're going to slightly change it so it's going to be a strengthen and a stretch. So you place your hands under your shoulders as before. This time you're going to try to go up and use your back muscles. When you can't move any further, that's when you push your hands into the floor and you continue as we did before. Again, move the hands closer if you want. Push up and back. Slowly back down. And as we did before, trying to remove the hands as soon as you can so that your back muscles take the rest of it down to the floor. Pause here. And this time we're going to push back into a child's pose just to release off that spine. So just as we did before, knees apart, reach those hands right forwards. Deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then we come back down onto your tummy. So we're going to do the stretch and strengthen one more time. So hands under your shoulders, slightly wider if you need to, but you're not going to use them straight away. Forehead just off the floor. Try to come up without the use of your hands. Push into the floor when you can go no further to keep going as high as you can. Hands closer if you want to, drop the hips. Lift into the upper back if you want. Slowly down. When you feel like you can, release your hands and continue to roll down. Pause here. And then push back into child's pose one more time. From here, back down onto your tummy for the last time. So what we're now going to do is the start of the seal, but then we're going to add the legs in. So don't worry about not using your hands, we're just going to use them straight away. Push up as we did before. Then you might need your legs a little wider for this one. You're going to lift up your feet and then you're aiming to get your toes to touch your head. Again, don't worry if they don't get there, it's just the aim. And then release. Straight back to your child's pose, release up your spine. And then come back down onto your tummy for the very last time. So we'll push up. And then you take your feet up as well. And then release. Straight back to your child's pose. Really pull the hands out this time, lengthen out your spine. And then back up to your box. From here you're going to thread one arm underneath, aiming to get the same shoulder as arm onto the floor and trying to look through this gap. Again, don't worry if you don't quite touch the floor, being up slightly higher is absolutely fine. And then slowly come out of that. And we're going to use the other arm and go through the other gap. So again, don't worry if you don't quite touch the floor, just go to where you can. And then back to your box. Make sure that your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. We're just going to do a further 2 cat curls before we finish. So lift your chin, drop your chest. And then reverse, look down, lift your chest. From here we're going to tuck the toes underneath and you're going to push up into that downward dog that we've done before. So making that triangle position, heels reaching towards the floor. Try to push your chest towards your legs, and if you need to bend your knees slightly, that's absolutely fine. And then either walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Pause at the bottom. It's really important that you don't come up too quickly. And then we're slowly going to start to roll up, even slower than before. When you're up at the top, just see if you can balance, so lift up your heels, look straight ahead, body long, shoulders down and out. Come down, bring your arms right up, pull them up to the roof, drop your shoulders down, chin down. And then bring your arms down. So thank you very much everybody, that is the end of my stretch class today. We'll of course see you tomorrow with another virtual class, but for now, goodbye!